Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Chris, the Camping Texan here. Where in the world is the GeoPro? This weekend we're set up at Pedernales Falls State Park. This is campsite number 27. Well, good morning, y'all. It's always nice to have y'all out here at the campsite with me. I'm so glad you could make it out to the park this weekend. I had an amazing trip to Atlanta State Park, y'all. If you haven't checked that video out, please make sure you do so. It was so much fun going down memory lane. But this weekend we're at Pedernales Falls State Park. Y'all say that fast 3 times. In fact, as the story goes, President Johnson had a hard time saying Pedernales, so he avoided it a lot. But just some fun facts on this park, y'all. Pedernales is a Spanish word that means flint. And so when the Spaniards were here, they found a lot of flint in the Pedernales River. The state acquired this land in 1970 from private landowners. And then, y'all, they opened this park in 1971. And we've been able to enjoy it ever since. So y'all come on and I'll show you Pedernales Falls State Park. Well, y'all, it'd be my pleasure to show you around the campsite this weekend. We're in 27 here on the electric loop at Pedernales Falls State Park. We're woods facing. We have a woods facing site. Directly across from our campsite is the dumpster. So it's convenient to get rid of your trash and whatever. Very quiet camping loop. What I enjoy about the sites here are that there's a lot of space between campsites. So you really feel like you have a lot of privacy, but you guys get 20 and 30 amp electric and water. Now, the water, I'll caution you guys, don't turn it all the way on. You're going to back it off just a little bit. I found it had a drip to it, and it still has a small drip, so that's where I'm going to leave it. I've got it as low as I can get it, so the water pressure is not all that great here, but it's doable. It works. This site, the pad site itself, is asphalt. Toward the back, it's more of a gravel type. It's not level. If there's one feature about this campsite that I don't like, it's that it's not level front to back. We pretty much had to nosedive the camper. It's sitting about as low as it can go, but we got it leveled out. Side to side really wasn't that big of an issue, mainly just the front to back. But we picked this site because of all this beautiful space back here. It's so cool this weekend. You can just feel the weather starting to change a little bit. It's getting closer to fall. Driving in, we saw a lot of deer. Haven't seen any deer in the campsite yet, but I've seen them in the camping loop. So we know they're here. A lot of birds. I really love this sitting area back here. The stonework is just really nice. You can imagine yourself sitting down here if you have a large family, maybe hanging out on these rocks, you know, and having a meal down here. But the shade shelters are really cool. I've seen a lot of really cool shade shelters across the state, and I have to say these are some of my favorite because they really tie into the landscape really well. The picnic tables are average. They could use some pressure washing, but they have a nice concrete pad that they're sitting on. And then these are just your standard old in-ground grill and fire ring that they have back here. Nothing special about those, but you also get a lantern hook. But I love this site. It's almost like having 3 campsites at any other state park that you go to, and then the stonework in the front of the campsite, that's always a bonus to me. I always say the little things, it makes it, and they're trying hard out here. They really are, to make this a really pretty place to come to and enjoy your time with your family. But a lot of ash juniper trees here, just gives that cozy feeling. You feel like you're just surrounded by nature here. So 27, definitely would come back here. Now let's talk about your services here. Cell phone has not been good at all this weekend. We've been able to make a phone call or send a text message, and that's even with the booster up this weekend. So don't expect very good cell service. AT&T and Verizon are not that good out here at the park. Now the satellite The dish satellite this weekend's been great. No big tall pine trees to block the signal this weekend, so we've been able to get the majority of our channels on satellite this weekend. If you guys require any type of supplies while you're out here, headquarters has limited items, but we had to actually drive into Johnson City. We found a Lowe's grocery store as well as a Dollar General. So they're going to have your ice and propane and groceries and things like that. So you may find yourself driving about a half an hour to get supplies. So I highly recommend that you gas up your vehicle and you bring everything out here that you need, because it's kind of out in the boondocks. As far as insects go, really nothing has bothered us. No wasps, no mosquitoes, but we have, I guess you call them no-see-um bugs, and really they only attack us when we're eating out here outside. So just little annoying bugs. They're kind of like gnats, but a little bit smaller than that, and that's about all we've seen out here. One last thing I wanted to mention about 27 that I think you'll enjoy is that it is located relatively close to two trailheads. So you have the Twin Falls trailhead, which is to the left of this campsite, and then if you take off down the road here to your right, you're not that far from Trammell's crossing. So those are a couple of activities that you can do that are relatively close to this campsite. And if all you need is ice, please check with the park host, which is down the road. In the dump station area, they have a couple of ice machines there, and you can pay for that there. Well, y'all, campsite 14 has to be one of my favorites here at Pedernales Falls State Park. For one, it's level, side to side, front to back. I love it. Tons of shade. You could get a Class A fifth wheel. It's just very cozy. It's nestled in here among all these ash juniper trees. Just love the feeling that you get from this campsite. But 20 and 30 amp electric and water. And what I like is there's nobody like really directly across from you. That's what makes this campsite really nice. And then you've got a small trail leading back here to your shade shelter over your picnic table. And then you've got a really nice in-ground grill and fire ring back here. Love the steps back here. There's all kind of places to pitch your tent within this campsite. And then you've got a nice little lantern hook over there to the side. But very impressive site. Definitely one I might try next time I come back. If you're interested in staying right next to the Twin Falls Nature Trail trailhead, 21 might be for you. It has a nice long pad site. It's more level toward the back than it is the front, but you could get a large rig in here. You have some nice rocks or boulders here in the front of the campsite. There's a lot of area here for your dogs or children to play. 20, 30 amp electric and water. Some more ash juniper trees here in the back. In-ground grill, fire ring, lantern hook, and then your nice shade shelter over your picnic table. And then here in the back of the site, you've got some pretty stonework as well. So if being next to the trail is something that you might enjoy, give 21 a try. Just know that this is a parking area next to the trail, so you might have a lot of foot traffic as well as car traffic coming in and out. Now, y'all, over here at Pedernales Falls State Park, I have mixed feelings about staying on the inside of a camping loop, but in their electric area here, 30 is a really good example, y'all. I feel like you get a lot of really cool amenities at this park, and so staying on the inside of the camping loop, it's not a bad thing at all. The only thing I caution about 30, y'all, is the pad site is not level front to back, but that's a kind of an issue with a lot of the sites here. Is you're going to run into some type of, it's because it's on a hill, y'all, and you're going to run into some type of leveling out problem, but it's nothing you can't overcome. But this particular site is not good for a really large rig. I wouldn't recommend it for a Class A or a fifth wheel or anything like that. Guys, we're talking our couples campers, our casitas, our teardrops, nothing probably over 30 feet comfortably in here, but You guys get a lot of green space here, and that's one of the things I love about this park, is that it's almost like getting a double or triple campsite at any other state park. So a lot of place for your dog or your children to come out here and play, and you just get that great feeling, y'all, with the trees all in the shrubs, and you know, the brush and everything. I mean, it's just really cool. Love the rocks they have in the campsites. In-ground grill, y'all, and fire ring, and then you get the shade shelters are second to none. So cool. Love how they're constructed. It's really nice. It just fits with the landscape. You get your lantern hook, and then your picnic table on a concrete pad over here. But they took a lot of time, y'all, putting in the stonework around the picnic tables and stuff like that, and little trails like this one here. Just really cool. So, you know, you could pitch your tent like underneath these trees over here, nice shade. So please, next time you're out here at Pedernales Falls State Park, make sure give one of these campsites like 30 on the inside loop. Give it a shot. If y'all are interested in doing some primitive tent camping out here at Pedernales Falls State Park, for one, they have a huge parking area out here. So a lot of places to put your vehicle, but you guys should be aware that there is a 2+ mile hike. Now, I've seen this at Dinosaur Valley State Park before, so you've got get yourself a little wagon or something and take with you, and a little collapsible wagon, but you've got a pretty good hike to get to these campsites. Well, y'all, really like the restroom facilities here at Pedernales Falls State Park. You can tell that they take a lot of care to make sure that they're properly maintained. They're very clean. I like how they have a bench out here where you can sit and wait on someone if they're showering or using the restroom or what have you. But really nice, small parking area here. But I like how they've got the map right here outside, where you can check and see where you're at or where you're going. And then, of course, as other state parks have as well, they've got an informative board up here where you can check out some of the information pertaining to the campground, as well as some of the interpretive programs that they're putting on. Like tonight, they have a star party here. Well, y'all, this is the dump station out here at Pedernales Falls State Park. One cool feature they have out here is they have recycling, y'all. Aluminum, plastic, and glass. So you've got that option while you're dumping your tanks. But one unique feature of this dump station, as compared to other state parks, is you have to go through this dump station. It's kind of in the center of everything. So this is the entrance to the electric camping area. It's pretty basic, y'all. One sewer connection here, and then you've got a couple of non-potable water taps to clean out your black tanks if you need to. But it's not much to it, y'all. And then over here, this is really cool too, and all this is located right next to the park host. You can get ice, 10-pound bag of ice for $2.50, a bundle of firewood for $7, and fire starters for $1. So this is it, y'all. One single sewer connection for the entire camping loop. Y'all, if there's a night that you don't feel like cooking, if you're staying over at Pedernales Falls State Park for a few nights and you want to take a road trip, I highly suggest y'all come over to Kingsland, Texas. And if you're a movie buff, you'll recognize this house as the house on the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's now called Grand Central Cafe. The prices are reasonable, y'all. Y'all come over here and check them out. And plus, there's a lot of movie memorabilia within the house. Well, I hope you're enjoying your tour of Pedernales Falls State Park so far. Why don't you go ahead and lace up your hiking boots and I'll show you around the trails. Well, y'all, here we go. We're at the trailhead for Pedernales Falls. So we're gonna go check it out. And I wanted to mention there's no swimming upstream or downstream for 2 miles. So you can't put in at this part of the river. And so this is the reason here why they don't want you swimming in the first couple of miles of this stretch of the Pedernales River. This is all private property on the other side. So you can get in some real trouble if you try to put in down here. Okay, so we've reached a fork in the road, y'all. To the left takes us to the Pedernales Falls Overlook, and the right takes us to the Cypress Pool Overlook. So we're gonna go to the left and check out the falls overlook. One of the things that I notice about the trail leading down here to the falls overlook is that even though it's a little rocky, it's flat, so it can accommodate anyone. So y'all don't be afraid to come down here and check out the falls. They have some really pretty stone steps that lead down to the overlook area. So we'll walk down here and check this out. How beautiful is that, y'all? That is so pretty. The water levels are really low. This is mid-September, and so this whole area has been in a drought lately. But I can imagine with the water flowing, this is probably a sight to behold. So pretty out here. But here at the Overlook, they have a nice bench that you can sit down and just kind of take it all in. So I mentioned earlier that the area or the land on the other side of the river here is private property, so they don't want you swimming or wading, partially because of that. But this sign here at the Overlook also says that this area has been closed since 1977 due to hazardous conditions such as rising water, undertows, and rocks that are worn too smooth by flood waters. So there you have it. Those are the reasons why they don't want you swimming, wading, or tubing on this section of the Pedernales River. The Twin Falls Nature Trail here at Pedernales Falls State Park is a lot of fun. Bring your children out here. They'll love reading the informative panels about the different plants and trees. But make sure you're limber, y'all. There's a lot of stone steps to get down here. And then you may actually have to do the limbo to go under some of the trees that are crossing the trail. As we continue our hike along the Twin Falls Trail, y'all, one of the cool features on this trail is some of the outcropping of rock that you'll run across. This is just really neat to look at. So we've reached a point on the Twin Falls Trail where you can look, but you can't touch, so to speak. So they don't encourage any swimming out here. Over the years, people have worn down the trails, and they're starting to lose a lot of the plants. And so this whole area is just going through a rejuvenation phase. They're trying to regrow a lot of the native plants out here. So make sure when you're out here that you just look from the Overlook, but they encourage you not to do anything else. Make sure you stay on the marked trails out here. They have a really pretty set of stone steps and a nice natural handrail leading down to the Overlook here at Twin Falls. What's cool is the stone steps go around both sides. But let's go down here. We'll check out the Overlook. Really nice platform here. They have an informative panel that you can read as you come down here. And then you can see why this was such a popular area for people to come. If you look through the trees there, you can still see the remnants of a footpath that led down to the swimming hole. So just a really popular place to come. Really tranquil down here. So peaceful. So after you've checked out the Twin Falls Overlook, continue your hike along the trail and you will find a really cool outcropping of rock. This is a great place to stop and take a break, have a seat, get a drink of water. But just looking around here, it's really cool. There's a lot of little nooks and crannies where animals and birds could be potentially hiding. So just really cool. Now, y'all, the next trail that we're going to check out is it's called Trammell's Crossing. And this trail actually leads to a longer 5.5 mile trail. But we're going to go down here. We're going to check out the crossing area where the water's located. Now, as the story goes, T.J. Trammell, he brought his family here in the 1870s. And they settled here, and he was a farmer on this land. Well, y'all, out here on Trammell's Crossing Trail, you will run across a really cool amphitheater. This is just a really nice space for them to put on some interpretive programs. Just a really cool little area. So y'all, we're approaching Trammell's Crossing here. As you can see, the water level's really low. If you wear a set of flip-flops or Crocs, or even barefoot, you'd be fine walking across here. But this is a very popular playground for adults and children alike. People just like to come out here and hang out in the shallow water. It cools them down on a hot day. And then some of the rocks out here are large enough that I've seen people sunbathing out here. So you got to make sure you come down here and check out Trammell's Crossing. They have a really nice bird blind area here at Pedernales Falls State Park. How nice is this path, y'all? This is so cool. They've got the timbers on either side of the trail here leading up to the wooden gate. So let's go in and check out the bird blind. So out here on the grounds, before we even go in the bird blind, you see all kind of different plants that they're growing out here. So this is something to check out just in itself. So make sure that you read their informative panels and go around and look at the different types of plants they have out here. All right, y'all, here we go. So they tell us to watch out for snakes as we walk in here. It's a little bit like walking into a cave or a grotto or something like that. It's pretty cool though. They've got a fan in here to keep you cool. 4 large paneled windows, y'all, with a few benches here. You can sit and watch the birds. The birds are active this morning too. There's a squirrel. And if you're not quite sure what you're looking at, y'all, they've got a panel over here to help you identify some of the birds that you're seeing. We've seen a few cardinals here this weekend. Always enjoy seeing those. And then over here to the side, they have an open window. So you can set your binoculars or what have you up and just kind of see what's going on out there. So if you're a birder, this is the perfect place. This is a really nice bird blind. After you've enjoyed watching the birds, bring your picnic lunch out here. They have a picnic table that you can sit and enjoy the sights and sounds of nature, and just so thankful to the park. They've really set up a really nice area out here for you guys to enjoy. Our state parks put on some of the most wonderful interpretive programs. For example, here at Pedernales Falls State Park, they have a star party. We've participated in similar parties at Lake Whitney State Park. So if you haven't checked that video out, please do so. But last night, about 7:30, they had a star party out here. So if that's something, if astronomy is something you're into, then you guys may want to check the schedule and come out here when they're doing a star party. So y'all, a short walk on this gravel path out here to the Star Theater. It's well worth the hike. This is so cool out here, y'all. They have several limestone benches that you can sit on. It looks like a mini Stonehenge out here. It is so cool. This area is also a good starting point if you want to bring your horses out here. They allow trails for your horses. For example, the North Loop Equestrian Trail. It's about 2.64 miles. And you can start that trail right here, right behind the bird blind area and right next to the Star Party or the Star Theater. Well, if y'all are looking for a picnic here at Pedernales Falls State Park, y'all want to spend the day, they have a wonderful day use area. They have several picnic tables and standing grills out here, y'all. And they're all nestled underneath trees, so you get plenty of shade while you're out here enjoying your picnic. I mean, it just goes on for a long ways back here, y'all. I mean, they really do a good job of separating the picnic tables so that you get your own space back here. Just a lot of green space for you to roam, your children, your dogs, what have you. Just really nice. And they don't skimp on the parking here either. They've got a huge parking lot. There's the restroom building located right here close by. So make sure that you pack a picnic lunch and you come out here and check out their day use area. Just a fantastic place. So y'all, just down from the picnic area here at Pedernales Falls State Park, they also have a swimming area. So we're gonna go down and check that out. Here in the swimming area, they have a restroom facility in case you need to change clothes or what have you. At this point of the trail, heading down to the swimming area, they have a little bench for you to stop and rest if you need to, but they have a really cool overlook here y'all should check out. But you do need to be aware of the steps. The stone steps leading down to the swimming area are pretty steep and could be slick, so make sure you watch your footing on your way down. Well, all right, y'all, we made it down here to the swimming area. It's a pretty long hike down here. The water's pretty shallow right now. It'd be good for wading around, exploring out there in the river. But I can imagine when the water's a lot higher, it's probably a pretty cool place to come and take a swim. But what I noticed right here is this is a great place, y'all, to bring a picnic lunch. You had a portable chair with you, or you can just sit down on one of these rocks and enjoy the sound of the stream. It's really pretty out here, y'all. Well, y'all, let's talk about your activities out here at Pedernales Falls State Park. Number one on your list after you get your camp set up should be to go down to the falls. Check out Pedernales Falls. See how the water has eroded the limestone over the years. It's just breathtaking out there. If you haven't been to this park, you need to put this on your bucket list and check that out. You can go down into the rocks and explore. Just make sure that you wear good, comfortable shoes and you're steady on your feet. Otherwise, the Overlook is probably a good place to stand and just take it all in. The other two activities take place really close to the electric camping area. Twin Falls Overlook is a must-do, y'all. It's a very short nature walk. You can check out the informative panels as you go down there. And then when you get to the Overlook, it's just breathtaking down there. It's really pretty. It's a good moment to take some pictures and just kind of bask in all the nature that's around you. And then also located within the camping area is Trammell's Crossing. That's a really popular place. You're going to find a lot of people swimming and wading down there and playing in the river. But take a short hike down there. It's really cool to look at. This park, y'all, it has more trails than you can do in one weekend. I highly suggest that this is a park that you could come back several times and not see everything. So just circle a trail that you enjoy. This weekend, I did the Twin Falls Nature Trail so that I could combine that with the Overlook. But next time I come back, I'll pick another trail. They have several trails that are 10 miles or longer. Those are typically for the equestrian, for horses. So that's something else that you can do. If you have a horse trailer and you have some horses, you want to bring them out here, totally fine. They've got the horse loops up here, up by the bird blind, so you can bring your horses out here and check those out. The Star Party, something else that you can do, y'all. Just check with headquarters to see when are they putting that on the schedule. I've attended one of those. So fun. You've got to go check it out. And of course, their facility here for the Star Party is second to none. It's so cool out there, the Star Theater. if you're a fanatic about getting in the water and swimming, y'all, the river offers plenty of opportunities to go swimming, wading, tubing, fishing. You can do all those out here. The roads are very lengthy out here. If you like to mountain bike or just ride your bicycle in general, they have plenty of roads to do that. Bird watching, y'all. There's birds everywhere at this park. Really first-class bird blind. And really just throughout the entire park that you see birds everywhere. So really cool. A lot of deer. You'll see a lot of deer, a lot of wildlife here. So if you're looking to see wildlife, this is that park, y'all. It's really, really cool. But y'all, those are just a few of the activities that I enjoyed this weekend. And hopefully when you come out here, you'll enjoy those or maybe find some of your own that you like to do as well. Well, y'all, I've enjoyed my trip to Pedernales Falls State Park. What a bucket list park. If you haven't made it out here, please make sure that you do. So many things to see and do. So much fun out here. But y'all, it's time for me to hit the trail. Next weekend, I'm heading back to Sea State Park. So y'all come and join me for that one. I've got a prime campsite out there, number 8, and we're gonna be looking for shells on the beach. So we're heading back to the beach, y'all. But listen, hey, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when our videos post every Saturday at 6 p.m. To all my current subscribers, guys, you rock so much. I appreciate your support. And my future subscribers, guys, what are you waiting for? Get on board. I see a lot of cool parks like this. Drop me a note in comments if there's a campground that you would like to see. Remember, I'll see you at the campsite.